えーっと、お、これでいけるかな。お待たせしました。違う違う違う。こんばんは。バーチャルサブカル未来人、つなぎルートでございます。ちょっとね、テスト配信じゃないわ。音声テストやら映像のテストをしてたら、結構、いろいろ時間がかかってしまった。ちょっと待ってね。ちょっとマイク、こんなもんでいいかな。まあ、ちょっと音量大小あれば教えてください。始めるか。ちょっと待ってね。わたわたしてる。OK。ちょっとだけカメラの設定が先にあったんで、それだけ先にやらせてもらいました。やっていきましょう。とりあえず、なんか多分テストですね。白いシンボルを。瞬きでこのゲーム進んでいくんですね。メトロノームがある時に瞬きすると、次のシーンに移ります。すごいですね。瞬きをちゃんと検出してる。瞬きをし続けてください。時間が進んでいってますね。夜船が来た。おお。
That's mine. Well, hello there, stranger. Whew. You're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you?
明るく光るやつだなって。
I ask you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with or hands to shake
おほ、
with,
マジでそんな見た目してんの俺。
nose to look down with.
手も鼻もない、口もない。
We're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you.
体はあんたの中にある。
So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here.
ああ、そっちね。
You remember blinking, don't you? That thing you did 30,000 times a day. Ooh, well look at that. You're a blinking
めっちゃ褒めてもら
genius.
った。
I knew you were special.
悪い人じゃなさそうだ
See all
な。
them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them.
ああ、俺もあんな感じの見た目してんのかな。じゃ
See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion? Better word than that. Premonition. A premonition when a soul's worth
予感。
pulling up.
いいね。いい言葉だね。
Now, you see that tower out there?
どれ？
Big scary
お
one.
お。
That's where I'm taking
本
you
番に
to
審
see
判を
the
受ける。
gatekeeper, to be judged. I'm gonna present your case, tell her the whole story of your entire life from proud to
人生の
stern.
話？
Now, if she's impressed, I get paid the Bitcoin, and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't,
互いね。ウィンウィンだね。
well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and
カモメ
you,
食べてるの？俺は？
well, we don't have to worry about that because I am the best orator you'll find on these.
心配させんなよ。
Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chance. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts. Unsatisfactory. clock watchers. I got some words for you.
聞いてるでみんな愉快なやつだな。
Sorry you had to hear that. So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in. Your life. You're gonna show it to me.
俺の人生
I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great. So,
理
just
由は
think back
あんたにもわかんないの？
to the very beginning,
最初の頃
the first thing that you can remember.
俺の
I'm gonna send you there.
記憶
But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not
と
gonna
どま
be
るこ
able
と
to
は
stay,
できない。
alright? Every time you blink, you're going to
時
jump
間は前に
forward
飛ぶ。
in time. Could be a second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works.
はそういう世界だ。
Alrighty then.
よし、じゃあ
Ready for this. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Don't be afraid, and don't try to fight it.
見せて
The thing to remember about blinking is, well, it's only a matter of time. And just try to enjoy it this time.
まばたきに耐えるのこれ結構大変かもしれないね。プログラムゴリラさんこんばんは。天国へ行くための試練みたいなもん。死後の世界っぽい雰囲気ですもんね。魂が海に漂って。よし。行こう。
Look at that sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us.
綺麗だね。
Why are you smiling like that? You must really like it out here, huh? Mm.
ありが。あなたは
Mm.
誰だ？ああ。夕焼けが綺麗だ
Let's go
ね。
get you some seashells. What do you say?
貝殻を拾いに？お、消えちゃった。
You see that big spiky plant over there?
どれ？
That's called an agave.
龍舌蘭。
11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall, amazing tree covered in flowers.
The day really slipped away, didn't it?
本当だね
Oh。well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess.
日々ってそういうものだ。
Where's the first page of my piece?
Okay.
ああ、
Go ahead,
本当に
kid.
過ぎていくんだな。全然。
Look at that. There's your little hand.
ダン
We have to make him do
ドライアイには
this
きついゲームだ。
That's a great idea. It'll really be
こ
something.
れは成長記録。
Rose?
俺の子供の頃のピアノ。
Oh, you want to play along with mommy, don't you?
お母さんだったんだ。
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor next week. It has to be perfect.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
父さんなかなか情けない体験してんな、後ろから見てると。
I like the music.
I like music.
Specific.
Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
I don't know. Probably solving the problems of the universe.
温かい家庭に生まれたんだな。
No, it's not
う
too late.
わ
At least I didn't think it was.
ー、どんどん過ぎてい
Do you
く。
think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I
あ
understand.
船。
Thank
船
you
の
for
絵。
considering my piece, John. It really means a lot. Oh, that's sure a little mess of color. Hey, we do not throw things in this house. If you're
Alright.
mad that you aren't good enough yet, you'll just have to keep working at it.
力不足なら
You know, one day you'll be able to paint exactly what you
Moi.
have in your head. You'll be a real artist.
うわー、これ辛いな。とどまりたいと思ってもそういうことか。まばたきってそうだよな。避けられない運動なんだもんな。時間が
See?
ゆっくり見たいと思ってもどんどん過ぎ
That
てい
used
く。
to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it.
音楽を続けるために亡命してきた。
God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first.
最初は嫌いだったんだ。でも楽しそうにすごいピアノ弾いてる。
I think he hoped to make it further than conducting the high school choir. Never said anything though. He was what you might call the
だ
strong
なるべく
silent.
耐えよ
Can you believe I grew up in the snow? And I came all the way out here to the beach. I don't even know how I got here.
う。雪国に
Dad
住んでた
got
の
his job and I just came with him. Like a human suitcase.
次は次。ああ、
Okay, Benny.
目薬いるな、これ。
Really special?
I just don't want him to get attached.
何ベリベリベリ。こりゃ、
Richard,
What?
that's the cutest thing I've ever
かわいい。
seen.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
かわいい。
We can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. We'll find someone.
いやいや、うちで買おうよ。
But while he's
ここにいる
here,
間は。
I say we call him Ernie. Little Ernie fits him, doesn't it?
Oh, he's so cute.
He's so sweet.
話がわかる。あ話のわかる親御さんだったわ。
Now play the C major chord I taught you.
C メジャーを弾いてみて。
Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor?
狭いね。
You remember how to play that one? Very good.
それでいいの
Just one note different.
一つの、
That one sounds sad, doesn't it?
一つの音しか鳴らしなかったけど。
Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person
印
feels.
象大きく変わる。猫アレルギー出てるね。母さん。
Sort of like me and your little friend on your piano there.
アルバムだ。
She was in grad school studying composition.
作曲を学んで
I
たん
never
だ。
met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up. I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain
そんななるすめだったんだ。
gravitas in her eye,
Mm.
you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful. Where would you want to go if you could only go to one?
エジプトかギリシャ。うわあ、どっちがいいだろう。ギリシャかな。
Well, just remember to put on sunscreen.
日焼け止めはね。
Man, I gave you some unfortunate genes, didn't I? Luckily, Mom gave you some good ones, so yeah, let's hope they balance.
あ、目薬ないときついね、これ多分。いやーでも、そういうゲームなんだろうな。織り込み済みというか。お、立てるようになった？母さんのピアノだ。
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that?
Richard, are you hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant. We need to get him into serious piano lessons.
Sure, but you know anyone who might be a good teacher for him?
教室に通わされることになったのかな。なるべくこう瞬きしないでこう長く目開けてたんだけど、長く見てたいんだけどな。
Oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot.
かわいいね。なんだっけ。兄？猫の絵だ。
Don't worry, I already did.
For a moment, I forgot what a great father you are.
Focus on the interview, honey. I got this.
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally be on your desk when you get in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning? We are fine.
あ、絵うまくなった。あ、こら、あんた、そこトイレじゃないでしょ。ちょっと大きくなったね。
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head, but yeah.
眠たいの？
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
トイレの使い方。
He's got one eye.
そうだな。あんまり見えないもんな。反応悪くなったな、お前。
This is called a metronome.
これはメト
We
ロノー
use
ム
it。to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit.
おじいちゃんが来るんだ。あ、見えた。
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone.
最適作品
So。I asked him,
そうだね。亡くなった人。
thinking, I might be a work of genius just as I was.
それはまあ
He
確か
said,
に。
Yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well.
なるほどね。
No such luck for me. I haven't seen him in over 10 years.
これがおじいちゃんだ。
Can you believe that?
10年ぶりに会うんだ
I。wonder if he'll even recognize me.
電話。誰か大人の人呼んで。ママン、電話鳴ってる。お母さん、電話鳴ってるよ。
You really need to stay in time with the metronome,
何の電
okay?
話だったんだろう。メトロノームに合わせて。
Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E.
めっちゃピアノ上手くなってるよ。
You're off.
go, buddy. Okay, now keep a firm grip on it, just like that.
よいしょ。
Oh my. Don't think you like
びっ
that.
くりしちゃった。
No. Sorry, buddy. Turn around, L, so we can photograph you.
母さん。ほい。
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
裏庭で。よいしょ。まばたきで写真を撮るよ。
Ernie, buddy.
Ernie!
Ernie.
何？
Ernie, we need you!
God, L, what if you got eaten by a
コヨー
coyote?
テにやられてもしたら。
Ernie says we'll be eternally indebted.
そんなこと言わないの。
Did you just say?
No, I said I'm really worried. Here, kitty, kitty,
ど
kitty.
こだ？
God, honey, I'm worried too.
So you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then
あら
comes back
お
with
前。
a huge belly?
But Ernie's a boy.
And you're
え？
sure about that?
どういう
I
こと？
was.
Uh-huh. And that was based on...
Pee-hole distance?
Say that one more time, sweetie.
Pee-hole distance.
I'm still not understanding how you let this
Ah.
happen.
I don't know.
He keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
いっぱい生まれたか。
What's wrong with that?
アレルギー悪化しちゃうな。
No, are you kidding? I love it.
壁紙の色も変わってくる。
Are you able to pick up a new book?
本当になんか瞬く間に過ぎていくね、本当に。何の鳴き声だ？すげえよ、なんか怖い声するけど。ちょっと頑張って目開ける。なんかいるんかな？うわ、遠いな。あ、
I know, it seems impossible that you
見れな
can't
かった。
replace
何だったん
something
だろ
so
う。
complex.
めっちゃ涙出て
But
きた。
just take it one day at a time. Trust me. You're really getting there, honey.
あ、めっちゃ上手くなっ
Next
た。
week we'll start working on your other hand.
片手で弾いてんだ。来週から？
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if
めっちゃ上手くなっちゃった。
Okay. 2 brackets on each side. 2 screws on each bracket.
時代もどんどん
Two
新しくなっていってんだね、
buttons
家具が。
on each
the quiz said find the zero, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
screw. Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, everything is wrong with that.
ある意味天才かもしれないね、それ。
Congratulations,
Oh.
me.
壁紙が色が変わった。街の外は？あ、
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down or I'll
花が咲いた。
back with you up there.
You're not my house. You're not. Fall back, you fool.
私の家になったな。
I'll have your
お
head
隣さんに越してきたんだ。
given to the cat.
Chloe, come play inside.
Hey, you. Yeah, you.
俺？
Come over here. Yes, Mr. Camera Boy. I'm
俺？
talking to you.
ああ、俺か。言ってもいいけどさ。何？どうしたん？
Why are you always out here taking photos? You
そ
know,
れ
if
しか
you really want to
で
take
き
a
ない
photo
から
of something
俺に
cool,
は。
you should take a photo of this.
お、
Chloe!
呼ばれてる
Oh
よ。
shoot. I think think I gotta go.
わかった。じゃあそれだけ頑張るから。
I took a photo of
うん。
you running into my house.
うん。
Pretty fast, so I don't think you'll be able to.
撮る
You
よ、
can
撮るよ。
try.
おい。あ、
Quiet, everyone. Betty's about to play for us.
Wow, Elle, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music, right?
Yeah, but
天才じゃねえ
I
か。
haven't done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
And what do you do, Richard?
The class is world history.
世界史の授業を受けるぐらいまで大きくなっちゃった。
The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units.
ん？クロエだ。
Look on your desk. I wrote you
Nami?
something.
変なお隣さんやって。同じクラスなんてすごい偶然。これだけは覚えてほしいんだけど、学校では何？他人のふりをしてね。
This is a quote.
絶対に
I
愛
want
を込め
each of
て。
you to write it down.
なんだよお
Not
前。
doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space.
ノート書くか。ほい。過去を忘れる者は同じ過ちを繰り返すものだ。耳が痛いな。
Next slide. Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't
So those who do not remember the past, repeat the past. That's
教えちゃっ
right,
た。
right?
Indeed it is.
聞こえてなかったみたいだね。あ、聞かれてたわ。
I tried to convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself.
ボードゲーム？
The little guys are pretty cute, though. I will admit that.
本コスター。
The job of whoever gets paid to think of that crap.
面白そう。なんか会のゲームなのかな。
I've definitely seen you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
これか、このゲームか。
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
これだ。
Very sweet. Thank you for playing this game with him.
Your dad just thanked me for hanging out with you? That's a very interesting
そ
detail.
れは俺に友達がいないからだよ。
Okay, shut up, shut up, shut up.
おお
I
お、あ、
really
ごめん
want
ごめん。
this one.
オッケーオッケーオッケー。
Maybe I'll use tickle stick.
書けなかった。
It's called a magnet school.
なるほどね。頑張って目開けてでも見てると実績が解除されていくんだな。
Bert, I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go in
学部長
and
に
meet the dean I spoke with. You know, life can take you to some incredible places.
得意なことがあると思わんところへ行ける。
So what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
俺に聞いてんの？
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year
芸術の学
for
校？
an audition? We'll get a few pieces that you can have him start learning. I'm
俺
eager
の
to
腕前？
hear what your son is capable of. So, I understand you were a musician yourself. Where did you study?
Oh, Berkeley. But I was in the composition department.
Ah, and who did you study under?
John McDonald?
I understand he's very difficult.
目が
Yes.
つらい。
Taciturn is the word I use.
Taciturn. Yes. People have described me that way, if you can believe it.
Oh, I would never say that about you.
Thank you. I wouldn't either.
You seem very
空気
warm,
悪くない？
very caring.
おお、空気冷えてんな。母さん、あの学校どう思う？
As As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it. Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that.
いい学校に行かせてくれようとはしてるんだね。でもこれは
What was that? Was that the piece? What is going on with you these days? I barely know whose kid you're supposed to be. Oh my god, Benny! What are you...
反抗期だね。
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
?電話切れちゃった。誰からだったんだろう。
Oh my god. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
いやーもうダメだ。出ないと気になって集中できない。
What are you doing? I explicitly asked you
クロエ
not
だ。
to pick up the phone.
Oh, he's fine. Let's talk to her.
Oh, what do you know?
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead.
うまくなってる。
And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale? That is Amamet, and she's
Hey,
got
Mr. Kid. Dust.
the head of a crocodile, fur of a lion, see, and the body of a hippopotamus. So I would not say that to her face. Now, as you can see,
アイザック
she
先
is
生が
ready
便秘で
to
苦しんでるね。
devour any of the deceased who do not pass judgment. Sort of like
Ew, why is he so scared looking? Okay, I'll call you when I'm leaving my house. You better
Vagata.
pick up my call, dude.
わかった、電話出る。
Slightly worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you
喧嘩してる。
bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of children, but I...
Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good
せ
at
っかく
something.
仲いい友達もでき
I
た
mean,
のに。
no offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand
行
what
けな
that
く
is.
なった。
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
教育ママになっちゃったんだな。そこの
Richard, tell your son to turn the lights off.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not mom says, you say.
Benny,
息子に自分を重ねてしまってるんだろうな。
Killing Richard. We're supposed to be united friends.
俺のことも考えてくれてるんだろうけど。
Benny, turn those lights off.
Benny, buddy, Mom...
消すよ。お、クロエだ。行こう。
Wow, didn't think you'd
転校
actually
するんだ
do
な、
that.
なおさら。
I mistook you for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so meet me out in the alley in T
わかった。
minus now, okay?
オッケーオッケー。
Chloe, out.
ビーチ
You
で。
know, I'm really glad you're here.
おわ、
There's something I've been
星
meaning
が
to
綺麗
talk
だ。
to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Consters is actually a really good game. my cousin Yoon. He was in town this weekend, and he was explaining how it's actually a ripoff of a really good job.
ポケモンのパクリだって。
He calls it a cash grab. So I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game.
そうだったの？
But I also think that if it was a really good game, maybe we wouldn't have enjoyed playing it as much. We would have been so focused on how good it was and not the feelings we had while we were playing it.
ステイ
Like, my favorite vegetable is a tomato, but Yoon thinks that they're the grossest ever.
ステイヒアだ。
And you're probably the least popular boy in the school, but I also like
ああ、
hanging out
そういう
with
こと
you
か。
most, which was also something I wanted to talk to you about. I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone. So this has been a big surprise for me this year, in a lot of ways. I think I like that you let me talk. My cousin never lets me
あ
talk.
こっちこそ誘ってくれてあり
My
がとう。
dad does, but I can tell he's not really listening.
Probably didn't sleep at all. Out in the cold all night. You're already feeling sick, aren't you? It's okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something.
目が
Maybe
見えん
just。try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over. I'm going to play the recording so the sound of mastery can seep into your subconscious a little, okay?
視界が。
Close your eyes, Ben. We're going to be there soon.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear.
プレッシャーがすごいな。うわ。
Oh, okay, okay. I think that's enough. So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes? As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path, wherever it may take you, okay?
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father. I don't know. You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to people who
何
aren't
かに
really
秀でてい
good
ない
at
と
something.
優しくしてくれない世界が。
We
何が
want
で
him
きるん
home
だろう
from
ね。
school for a while, just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of
Joey?
course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Just maybe 5 minutes, kiddo, okay?
It's such a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, look, having him home for a little means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little
聞
softer?
こえてるよ。 海だ。でもゴミにまみれて、昔ほど綺麗じゃなくなってるな。
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
ためになること。何もでも見当たらないけどな。 絵が上手くなってきた。
Ever since he got sick. And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
新しい楽しみを見つけたんだな。
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I've decided to teach you, it is a sham. There is no teaching art. So don't just sit there slack-jawed.
おお、
Make art, you ponies.
なかなか癖。あ、どうしようかね。
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are. It's very zany, very kitsch. Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting card artists.
何注文書かせるんだこの人。
There you go, Mr. Bryn.
なんか
Feel each shape.
抽象画になってきたね、画風が。
I want you all to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here.
俺の作品
You see, he has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
俺の作
Pray
品
you have a strong hold on yourself, Mr. Bryn.
ベンジャミン・ブリン。
The ironic sincerity.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, you open the door.
画家
Making
とし
a
て
living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
有名になってきたのかな。
Benjamin, marvelous show.
教授。
Truly stunning. I've never been prouder. One little thing. A birdie told me that Elba Pressenhuber gave you her card. Now, I want you to cut that card into little pieces.
飯を切り刻んで野良猫に。
Elba Pressenhuber is not in the business of the arts. Elba Pressenhuber is in the business of business. And you, child, you are no businessman.
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
なるほどね。はあ時間が進んでいくね。あ、そうだね。
Well, look at that. You've crumpled my contract.
これが俺の芸術よ。
To being a difficult artist, the best of us are.
じゃあ、
Ah, this is divine. So, now that you've grown your wings, tell me, young master, where will you fly? May I suggest
どこに
somewhere abroad?
どこに
This
ね。
American air can be stifling.
ギリシャとか。
Ah. Please stop. Is that a...
Oh my god. I think it is.
Of all places.
I bet you're happy you threw that contract in her face now. You didn't sell
プライジング。上を目指し続けろ。
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're at such an important moment in your career, and
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe was the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Benny? You ready to come up here?
母さん。
Go on, B. Say something. What's wrong? Why aren't you talking?
何を話せばいいんだろう。何も言えなかったのかな。
Hey, you. As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day.
お母さん。
And there's one thing that you are a snake. You're a fraud. But worst of all,
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. Yeah, I think you did the right thing. By the way, she didn't want you to see her like that. She just wanted you to focus on your work.
間に合わなかったのか。
That was the only thing that mattered to her.
答えたかったな。何描けばいいんだろうな。
Look. It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in the room with us. Like I can see her in the paint. I can feel her.
過ぎゆく日。
Is that really you? It's Chloe, your neighbor. My God, I can't believe
Chloe.
this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that.
いいよ。
I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a
探
bona
し続け
fide
てる。
genius. I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was a genius. Like mother, like son, I guess. Hey, so
生みの苦しみ。
not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something? I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's
最
happened
初
to
の
you.
絵だ
I。want to hear all about it.
お、
would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck.
ラッキー
You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Oh, well, there you are. Well,
ちょっとそこまで来てる
hello, sir. If I realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
でも幸せだ
A jovial child or a solitary one?
わからない
Hey, not bad.
幸せだったと思いたいな
His childhood was a happy one, growing up in a loving home raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant?
作曲家だった
His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your champion or more like a taskmaster?
厳しかったかな
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could. And how about that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love? Now, be honest here.
それ答えなきゃダメかな
Don't be bashful, and you can tell me.
バレたら
But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and
なんちゅうこと言うん
blowing
だ
it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician.
そうだったかも
But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten: painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up! You
Scumgulls! You lucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
なんだ。
I had assumed as much anyway.
何を
I should probably tell you. Those things, they're not regular gulls. They're liar
月鳥
birds. They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
高っ。
You're a flea-bitten sap. You know that? Just look at him.
あっけだった。
Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
暗っ。 なんだ。
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new
何か
hell
忘
to
れようと
punish
してる。
someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you.
何のこと？何のことだよ。
We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again. Start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
本当のこと。本当のこと。
Not this.
これじゃねえ。どれだ？
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one?
I don't have time for this. The gatekeeper's waiting.
You know, my father once told me when I was about your age,
まばたきができな
the
い。
only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was.
I get all this. We need to move. This. Stay here.
何もできなかったんだ。
Keep your eyes open. I need to see.
What 何の電話だったんだろう。
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
Oh,
I
what is
see.
it?
she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And
リチ
now,
に
she never could. Let's keep
会え
going.
なかったんだ。
Be eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
Still not understanding how you let this happen.
I don't know. Think about it.
アーニーはどこに行ったんだ？
To find a stray cat in the alley. Keep it even though I hate cats.
ここか。ここからいなくなったんだ。
Let's try this again.
わかった。そっか。目そらそうとしてたんだな。忘れようとしてたんだ。
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone.
I know you want to stay here, man, but we don't have the time.
So this has
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this. We need to move.
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Let you two go.
We can focus in. Make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about this.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer?
And one more time.
これ見せられんのきついぜ。
He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, but look, I mean, having him home for low means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus in. Make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about this.
I mean, what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay?
何の意味もない。
You know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep.
そっか。聞こえてたんだな。忘れようとしてた
You
んだ。
got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs. You were sick for a long time. weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember.
これ以
We're
上
almost at the end of this.
これ以上何もないぜ。
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing
これ
with it.
は
Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics.
歌詞
Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius.
それじゃなかったの
Why don't you write the story of your life so far?
俺の人生
And
の
then
話
what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear.
将来の話
Story of who you're going to become, okay?
Ah. Ah. 空想だったんだ。
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day.
そうありたかったんだ。
Love? Okay, Benny. And you know, we really could have just slept on the beach another night. But I'm also glad we didn't because, well, another night wouldn't be the same night, if that makes sense. Okay.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable.
30分。これは MRI?
You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
あと少し分かった。
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do.
そっか。
Can't.
Just go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to
寝
bed.
たきりだったんだ俺。
Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, you know, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I
こん
mean,
な
look
人
at
生
this.
を
His
送りたかっ
childhood was
た
a
っていう
happy
ことを
Growing up
話
in
にして
a
書いたん
loving
だ。
home, raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea.
それで嘘つき鳥に騒がれてバレちゃったんだな。
Writes so well. All those cool words. Reads like Dickens. Really just very cool stuff, kiddo. You should be very proud, okay? Okay. Love you, buddy.
ジャミン・ブリンは負け犬だ。自分の病気と戦おうともしなかった。横たわったまま死んでいった。
Benny! Benny! Ben! Oh God! Can you hear me? Richard! Richard, get up!
I'm up. What's going on?
I think he's unconscious. Call the paramedics now.
Okay, I'm doing it.
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one.
また傷んできた。
Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now. Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too. I said screw you too. Yeah, man, that's all I got.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know. What? You're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know, I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff. So the fact that you are faking just so you don't have to go to school with me is actually ridiculous. I don't know if you're embarrassed about our night at the beach together, so you're avoiding me or what. But I just wanted to call to say I really don't appreciate being lied to. And it's not that I need your help in history class, you know. I actually never needed your help in history class. And I just pretended because you were clearly really lonely and you had no friends. And it was my New Year's resolution to be nicer to people. So, I just wanted to say that you've reminded me why I wasn't nice to people in the first place. And I wish I never met you. And goodbye forever.
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again.
もう一度
Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, is that... That's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
この頃か。
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
Anita. What are you
doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
違う。
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine.
そうだったんだ。
Oh, her poor...
She
hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But... Hey! What are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you. I want to give you something, but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
えが。めっちゃ遅くなってる。やばい、動けない。
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
It's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
薬も飲めないんだ。ああ、もうだんだん何もできなくなっていくんだな。食べることもできなくなった。
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny. I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this clamp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now.
You have to do something. Richard, I can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe.
It's okay, Benny. Just close your eyes. You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think.
もっと恐ろしいとこかと思ってたけど、案外すごい優しい風景だった。
There she is. Wish me luck.
そっか。
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much.
So?
So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn. Benjamin Bryn was born
into an ordinary home,
an ordinary mother and father.
In a small town by the sea.
His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began
to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside
for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live.
Which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home with light and joy and
how he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them exactly
who they were after they had almost forgotten.
So when he knew he was going to go, he was okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
そのままか。そのままでよかったんか。
Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in. Go on. You know what to do.
目を閉じて。
Why is he smiling like that?
It must be somewhere that he likes.
いやー。いやー。これは。いやー、ごめんなさい。ちょっと何も言葉が出ない。はあ、加納さんこんばんは。ごめんなさい、なんか来てもらったところなんですけど、今ちょうどエンディングを迎えたところでした。いやいいゲームでしたね。なんだろう、なんかゲームなんだけどすごく映画的で、なんだろう、体験する映画みたいな感じのが近かったですね。なんか本当はもっと喋りながらやろうかなと思ってたんですけど、なんかゲームに飲まれすぎちゃって全然喋れなくなっちゃっていやー、いいゲームでした本当に。ただ目はもうバシバシですけどね いやー、時間の感覚を完全になくしてて、今パッて時計見たら、あ、1時間半経ってるびっくりした。いいゲームでしたね。このゲーム数日前にそのネットニュースで見かけて、なんでしょう、スチームのシステムって2時間買ってから2時間以内だったら返金できるみたいなシステムだったんですけど、なんかこのゲームにめっちゃ高評価のレビューをなんかつけてる方がいて、なんかでもめっちゃいいって書いてたんだけど、なんかこの返金をしてたみたいなネットニュースが上がってて、どんなゲームなんだろうっていうのが、そこからちょっと興味出て調べてみたら、すごく面白いシステムで、まばたきを使ってシーンがどんどん進んでいくっていうシステムがね、すごく上手に取り入れられてて、アーカイブでぜひ見てください。いやでもどうしてもこう目の渇きに耐えきれない、まあ好きに制御できたらそれはね、ちょっと多分このゲームの本質ではないとは思うんで、僕はこの後これマウス操作でもできて、こう瞬きの代わりにクリックを使うっていう風にもこのゲームできるんですけど、それも使ってしっかり瞬きで強制的にシーンがパンって進んじゃうんで、見切れなかった残りのシーンの部分とか、そうですね、あとは多分分岐もあるんじゃないかな、あり得た可能性の、そういうものもね、僕はまだこの後プレイして見てみようと思います。Steam で1000円です。興味出た方はね、ぜひ皆さんでも買ってやってみてください。時間的にもそうですね、ちょうど90分ぐらいでいい映画でしたね。いやーもう普通にめっちゃ泣いた。なんかいや目の乾きっていうか、もうなんかでも目結構後半にじんじゃって、もう全然乾いてはないんですけどね。いや制限があるからこそ万能ではない主人公に感情移入できた。というかもうあれですね、見てる側だとやっぱり違うのかもしれないですけど、実際にこうやって瞬きっていう自分のモーションでそこに入り込むわけじゃないですか。没入感っていうのもなんかちょっと違うんだけど、本当に自分がそこにいたような感じでしたね。だからまあゲームではなかったかも。でもそうですね、すごく映画的な良いゲームでした。うまくまとまらなかったな。いやでもプレイして大正解でしたね。よかった。チャプター。またいろんなゲーム。そうですね。こういうゲームしてみたいですね。他にもなんか多分まだまだ知らない。そうですね。デスストもなんか同じで、なんかこうなんでしょうね、体験する、まあゲームってもともと体験するもんなんだけど、 不自由さが、不自由さとかそういうものを与えられることでよりそこに入り込むことができるというか、人食いの大足トリコとかも結構操作が不便だったりしたんですけど、ああいうゲームもそうですよね。いやー、ぜひまたこういうインタラクティブなねゲームがあったら、僕そういうの大好きなのでどんどんプレイしていきたいと思います。はい。いや、音楽もめっちゃ良かったな。もう感想が尽きねえや。そうですね。なんかまあ、進んでいく時間をね、少しでも長く焼き付けてられるように、そんなメッセージがこもった作品だったのかなと思います。刹那的な今をね、精一杯生きろという。いやー、口下手だからまとまんねえや。はい、というわけでご視聴いただきました皆さん、本当にありがとうございました。ぜひフルで見れてない方はアーカイブでもぜひ楽しんでみてください。本日は、この後、夜遅いんですけど25時から、水原さんの、今日は定時で上がりますというラジオに、水原さん、青石さんのねラジオに出演させていただきますので、お時間大丈夫な方はぜひそちらの方も遊びに来てください。はい、それでは長い時間お付き合いいただきましてありがとうございました。バーチャルサブカル未来人つなぎルートでした。明日は明日でなんかまた別のゲーム配信しますのでよろしくお願いいたします。それではお付き合いいただきましてありがとうございました。バイバイ。